respond after 6 really uninspiring periods. And they've got to get off to a good start. They've got to win the first 5 minutes of this hockey game.
We're in the gondola at the K-Rock Center, and Hellwig covers up quickly, gets the whistle 9 seconds in on the first dump in. So we'll have a draw to the left of Jeremy Hellwig.
And Jeremy Hellwig making his 14th start of the playoffs, with this being the Frontenac's 14th game with a .902 save percentage, which is low for Jeremy Hellwig when you look at his regular season numbers and his career numbers in this league. But he did not get a lot of help in the first 6 periods.
Well, I was going to say games 1 and 2 in this series didn't help. That's for sure. But he was the reason why they're here. Game 6 rather, in the Barrie series was Jeremy Hellwig's show. Puck's into him now. Hamilton with it deep in their own end, off the boards, out through the blue lines now to center. It'll be dumped in off the linesman, so the puck caught a roll then and allowed the Fronts an opportunity to pick it up, steer it down the other way. Jones in over the line. Jones cutting to the middle. Stick handles in front almost with a highlight reel move to get a scoring opportunity, but the puck caught a roll on the fresh ice. Pushed up the boards. Bouncing around. Jones got a piece of it again. Velarde chasing it down. Bringing it up ice, getting rubbed out at center ice. It's Thomas. Thomas goes into the corner after it. Looking out front. Gets Studnich. Thomas now waiting for it. Gets bumped hard to the ice. Gets up right on the puck. Now in deep. Camano in the corner. Ties up his man. Nickel. Puck comes free. Centering feet. Comes back to the near point. Gleason walking in. Wrist shot. Save. Scores. Squeeze through Hellwig. He thought he had it. We thought he had it. Hamilton's up 1-0 early.
Wow. Just went right through him. I don't know if it went under in between his right arm or if it went 6-hole. Just an innocuous shot from the point.
So Don Cherry says throw it on goal.
Yep.
Good things happen, and if you're Hamilton, there it is. Hellwig caught a piece of it because it slowed it down. It didn't go in right away, and it did find the back of the net. 1-0 Bulldogs. Gleason with the puck, steering it ahead to center ice. Now inside, Camano tries to go inside out, forced into the near corner, bump shoulders with Brotney. Brotney trying to hold on to the puck. It's roughed up a little bit down low. Moore there as well. Cranford along the boards. Moore knocks him down. Play continues. Puck back to the net. Jacob Paquette with it for the Frontenacs. Off the boards to the blue line and now out. Pushed in by Bernie. Now coming back the other way. Here comes Moore. Gains the red line, dumps it in and peels off on a change. Back to get it is Paquette. We'll get the call and pass it along to you on the Hamilton goal. Long feet, Cranford centering pass, missed the mark. He was looking for Robertson. Instead it's intercepted and brought back the other way, Hanley. Now it's over to Strome. Bitten goes to the net. Strome keeps toe drag, got the puck back. Shot hit the side of the net, goes into the high glass. Now touches the netting above the glass and out of play. We get a whistle. 2:07 into the opening period. It is 1-0. Bulldogs leading. France really haven't seen the Hamilton side of center yet. The draw coming up to the right of Jeremy Hellwig. And whistles on the face-off for the Bulldogs. Cliff Pooh for the Frontenacs. Pooh won it. Back over to Byrne, got it off to Ali, and Ali centered it. It was steered back the other way. Now Byrne is on it. He'll backhand it up the boards. Brett Newman is there. Tried to center it. Kept in at the line by Strome. Shot towards the goal. Is blockered into the near corner by Hellwig. Puck back in the net. Cliff Pooh pushing it ahead. Here comes Robertson. He's got Strome watching him. Missed it over to Cliff Pooh. Back over to the near side to Newman. Newman centering feed. Trying to hit the trailer and couldn't get it to Robertson. He gets it back to the point to Ali. To Byrne with a shot on goal. Blocked in front. Still no official shot. That was blocked by the D. Newman steering it in behind the net. Robertson goes after it. He's going to bump shoulders with Walters down low, and now the puck comes up the boards. Picked up by Byrne. Shot, and a save made by Fulcher. And he holds on. We're going to face off to the left of the Hamilton goaltender.
And Caden Fulcher appearing in his 13th game of the playoffs with a .911 save percentage, and really hasn't been tested a whole lot so far this series, and Frontenacs hope to change that. But off to a tough start. We'll have another look at that first goal from Benjamin Gleason, his third of the playoffs, from Ryan Moore and Marion Studnik at 1:16.
Velarde and Thomas were going out in the face-off circle. Thomas got tossed. Velarde wins it back over to Jones with a quick shot and a right pad save by Fulcher. Bulldogs pick up the rebound, send it all the way to center. Now it's steered in. Thomas. One man with him in Nurse. In the corner, centering feed, knocked down. France Jones lost it in his skates. Now it's picked up by Rassinen off the boards. It'll get by Lemke out to center. Now over to the near side. Pushed ahead. Trying to get it out was Riley Stillman. Now in over the line is Thomas. It's the trailer. Shot coming up by Lemke. Save made by Helvig, and he holds on. One of a face-off inside the Kingston zone. 1-0, and you get the call, Tim.
Just gave it.
That's right.
Benjamin Gleason still has his third goal of the playoffs.
I'm just in shock still.
Yep.
Draw coming up to the left of Helvig. There we see the goal. This is what I was thinking.
Yeah. Still hard to tell where that went through, but
it literally went through him somewhere. Because it looked like he had the angle, and it did slow it down, but not enough. Newman pushes it up the boards. And the Bulldogs, Gleason up ice, steers it the other way. It'll be punched inside the Kingston zone. Chasing after it is Garrigan. Watches his man. Now the Fronts have it setting up. Near side. If Pooh couldn't hold on to it, Gleason's got to skirt the line. He does. Backhands it in. It'll be kept in. Garrigan sends it into the corner. Down low. Kaliev gets it to the point. Gleason trying to keep it in. Knocked down and pushed out into the neutral zone all the way to the Hamilton zone. Now to the near side, left side. Squeezed out. Nice play on Jackson by Byrne. Puck knocked free. Byrne gets it in the skates. Takes a little time and gets it up to Newman, who couldn't corral it. Now he gets it back. Over to Byrne, left side for Ali. Long feed, and that hits one of the Fronts right in front as he was. Line changes are starting to get underway. Hanley back over to the right side, and out come the Bulldogs. Camano now to center, punches it around his man and chases it down. That's Paquette beating him to the puck. Now in the corner, scooped up by Studnich. It was dumped down the ice. Hanley leaves it off the boards. It'll be pushed ahead. Bulldogs with possession, trying to get it outside and can't. Bernie keeping it in past Moore. Knocks his man down, coming in front. Nickel with a shot off balance. On the puck, got tied up. Another shot by Bernie and a save by Fulcher. Moore coming in, giving Bernie a couple of whacks, and I didn't see anything wrong with what Bernie did.
Just trying to play the puck.
Tyler Bernie looking for a rebound, and the Bulldogs taking exception, but give them credit, standing up for the goaltender. And the opportunity to meet Ted Nichols' mom and dad in the elevator. His family members. And the word they used was turnaround.
Yes. A lot of people in this building are using that word tonight.
You could hashtag it and we would own it. Lemke picks up the puck. Centering feed. Here comes Strome at center. Strome weaves it in over the line. Gets by his man, forced into the corner though by Byrne. The back of the net, tied up. Along the end boards, it'll be picked up. That was Day on his man. Up the boards, finally. Jones picks it up, skates it to center. Banks it off the boards and goes after it from center. Fulcher out of the net to play, whips it around. Velarde knocks it down. Shot on goal, knuckled right to the net. Held on by Fulcher. Velarde with a knuckler of a shot. Sometimes that can cause headaches for a goaltender.
Well, already Kingston putting more pressure on the Hamilton, the D, more so than they did in the first two games, and getting more pucks to Fulcher than they certainly did the first two games early on.
Well, keep in mind, too, every game is a new game. We often hear that saying, but in the playoffs, it's true. The Frontenacs lost both games in Barrie, came back and won the series.
Yep. But yeah, there are no carryovers in terms of momentum from game to game.
It's not total goals. Nope. We're all thankful for that at this point.
Well, Scott and I were talking about a World Series, I think in the 50s, where Pittsburgh played the Yankees. Pittsburgh won the series, but were outscored something like 25-8 in the series.
They don't ask how, they ask how many. Lead feed off a skate, rolls in. There'll be no icing though. Went off Robert Thomas. Thomas on it in the corner, centering feed. Shot towards the goal was blocked. Rebound knocked away. That one off the stick of Nurse. Now back over to the point by Sagen. The Fronts intercept, bring it out to center. It's punched in by Hotchkiss. He goes after it. Fulcher well out of the net to play it. Stillman on it. Feeds it ahead, and here comes Thomas again. He's got Sagen on the near side. Thomas at center just dumps it away, and Day picks it up. Plays keep away from Nurse. Now Day up the boards, left side. Backpedaling, and the Fronts finally get it to center. Robertson ahead. Hotchkiss in over the line. Shot goes off a leg and wide. Coming out the near side. who took a swipe at it and missed. Now back the other way. Moore on the left side. Day watching him. Moore putting the brakes on. Spins around. Try to hit the trailer. Does. Centering feed by Gleason was knocked down. France have the puck now. They'll skate it out to center ice.
That's it right there. Much better job in the defensive zone.
Bernie just took a hard hit with an elbow as he was going down, and no call. Play continues. Fans letting the officials know they're not happy. Now back the other way. Moore goes around the net, coming out far side, still on the puck, back pedals it over to the blue line. Shot coming up, tipped in front. Actually, that went off. Bernie knocked him down. Tough shift. Tyler Bernie goes Mattinen with that shot from the blue line. Now off the boards. Mattinen will backhand it in and go off on a change. Helvig out of the net to play it. France have time and space as the Bulldogs are making changes. Velarde races in over the line. Trying to set it up in the corner. Velarde gets around Hanley. Avoids the hit. Knocked down a little bit, though. Entwistle is on it. Velarde back up. Getting a little bit of help from Jones. Jones lost it in his skates. Dumps it along the boards. Velarde is there trying to hold on. Finally, Entwistle. He gets hammered by Jones. Cuffs it up. Shot by the France out of play. Linus Newman missing the net. Boy, Bernie got rocked right in front of the penalty box.
And we're going to have a look at it here.
There was no intent. It was just as he was falling, he got hit.
That's an elbow.
No calls so far, but the France are out shooting the Bulldogs 5-4. But actually, it's been pretty much all Kingston since that goal.
Yep.
Goal coming early on in this first period on a shot on goal. All it takes, though, it's 1-0. France win the draw. Shot towards the goal. Save made by Fulcher. It went off a stick and it handcuffed him. Now to be icing against the Bulldogs as Ali was back first. Change will be allowed as it came through the neutral zone. Well, that's what the France have to do, Tim. You talked about it. Keep it simple. The game is getting pucks to the net and going after them, and that's what they did and almost had a goal.
Saw certainly in game 2 a couple of times when Kingston would have an offensive opportunity. They got back to that trying to be a little too fancy instead of simplifying things and getting pucks to the net. Do a much better job of it tonight.
The KISS rule. We all know that. I don't think I have to name what it is. From center, Rassinen to the blue line, not too far. Stillman knocks his man down. Newman, Velarde going after it. Lemke's there. Velarde bumps in. Now the Bulldogs carry it out. Thomas taking a look. Skates with it to center, dishes off. Sagen dumps it into the backhand. Thomas back to get it with Day. Day behind the Kingston goal. Waits, feeds it ahead to Newman. Newman taking a look. Gets it by Sagen, who squeezed him out of the play, but he got the puck. It's going to be offside. Jones was just in ahead of the play. Face-off coming up just down from the penalty box area for the Bulldogs outside their blue line. And a little over 8 minutes gone in this opening period of Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Talk a little bit of history, and thanks to Jim Gilchrist, our local statistician historian. April 22nd was the day the France last won on home ice in the third round against Peterborough. 25 years to the day.
Yep. I believe that series ended up 4-1 for the Petes, so that was the highlight of the series.
Well, we can repeat history with a victory, and hopefully it doesn't go the same way.
Yeah.
I'm getting those game day texts from Jim.
Yeah.
Sends them all the time, and it's very much appreciated.
Chris Pronger played in that series. Just to put it in perspective how long ago it was.
Scott Rogers didn't have any gray hair. In over the line. It's onside. Well, shortly after that, Scott, I think, got all his gray hair. Moore dumps it in. Paquette sending it up on the left side. Missed the mark. Rolls out to center. Mattinen feeding it over near side. And Gleason couldn't hold on. Cranford dumps it in. Gleason sent it back up. And now it's chipped out and down the ice. No icing, though. Back to get it as Paquette. On him is Moore. Puck just stays there. Good thing Brodney was covering back. Trailing the play was Studnich, and that's one of the few guys you don't want to see coming in all alone. Puck was left there right in the slot.
But Brodney did a good job reading that play, seeing the Paquette was covered, so comes back to support the puck.
And you give the Bulldogs credit for the aggressive forecheck, too, to create that play. Now the puck along the near side. Out to center, tipped in. It's wide, but no icing. Ali back to get it. Runs out of room. Puck steered up the boards. Newman tied up by Strome. Puck in their skates. Now along the near side. Centering feed. Splits the D and goes out. Entwistle couldn't keep it in. Somebody is banging the gong. The drums are in play here this evening. It's knocked down. Not quite sure where those fans come from. We do have a lot of Belleville fans here. And, of course, some Hamilton fans as well. Yep. Puck sent down the ice. He's getting all the way for icing against the Frontenacs. Almost 9.5 minutes gone in the opening period. And there's still a rivalry here, especially among some fans, too.
Every time Hamilton's here, we see a lot of Belleville Bulls shirts.
Tonight's no exception.
And with the Belleville Senators being out of the playoffs. A lot of people from Belleville coming to catch tonight's game.
Garrigan gets tossed on the faceoff. Coming in is Jackson. It's won by Cliff Pooh. And now Ali plays it off the boards for Byrne. Jackson on him. Byrne got it up through center ice now. Rolling with it. Robertson in over the line to Pooh with a shot. A rebound. None. Fulcher covering up. Robertson barreling in until he heard the whistle. That'll draw a couple of Bulldogs to him. Get a face-off inside the Hamilton zone. Looks like to the left of Fulcher. Game 4 Tuesday night. And game 5 will be back, I believe, Thursday night.
Every second day.
And then Saturday. Yep, and then Monday, you're right. Notice I didn't say if necessary. That's called optimism. Up the boards on the near side. Sajin tried to get it by Rasmussen. He couldn't. Rasmussen dumped it in. Fulcher well out of the net. Leaves it for Lemke, setting it up. Lemke takes his time over to the near side to Stillman. Stillman lost it. Picked up by the front edge. Velarde's got Jones with him. Velarde tried to get it towards the net. Steered away. Jones off the side of the net. Back over to Velarde. Trying to push it over to Jones again. Velarde. Touch back to the point to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, no shooting lane. Side of the net for Velarde. Plays it off the boards. Puck got a hop on him. Pushed away. It's Thomas up the boards. Can't get it out. Franz keep it in. Jones back of the net. Looking in front. Coming for the wraparound. In the crease. Swiped out and just wide. Day over to the near side for Rasmussen. Shot towards the goal. Saved by Fulcher. No rebound. Oh, that was the Franz best shift of the 3 games, I would say. 9:34 left to play in the first. 1-0 Hamilton. You're watching Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final on your TV.
Online shopping. Soon it will be the way many of us shop for just about everything. And that's where we come in. Canada Post delivers more parcels to Canadians than anyone else. Canada Post, delivering the online world.
And welcome back. There you see Hamilton 1-0 over Kingston. 9:34 to go in the opening period, and the Fronts just had their best shift. And then we see adjustments being made on the Hamilton bench.
John Gruden. People wondering out loud in the press room before the game how he's going to be able to coach the Bulldogs and the Oakland Raiders at the same time next year. But that last shift, Gabe Velarde wins that puck battle on the half boards and keeps the puck in Hamilton's zone. And that's the kind of commitment you've got to make to be successful that we didn't see in the first 2 games.
And Jones looked pretty good on that wraparound. The puck came out. If it hits the right stick, it could go back the other way. Hamilton having a hard time in the faceoffs tonight. They keep getting tossed. So Franz get the match, but this time it works out. Hamilton wins the draw. Lemke off the boards. Entwistle couldn't hold on to it. Day has it. Feeds it over to the near side for Rasmussen. He'll drop it for Day. Day gets to center, over to Robertson. Can't get it inside the blue line. Stillman steers it back. Rasmussen hard off the boards. Bounce it around at center. Stillman is on it. Entwistle with him. Shot off the stick into the mesh out of play. And we'll have a face-off inside the Kingston zone. I'm looking at the stat sheet and the heights, and Entwistle's listed as 6'3". Thinking that might be at the beginning of the season. He looks a little bit taller. He's not too far off Emily Rassinen's mark when he stands straight up. That's from our vantage point, mind you, but.
Well, they're both big teams.
Had some tall drinks of water.
Both heavy teams, as they say. But teams that can fly as well, have some track stars on it.
And a couple of the bigger guys are track stars as well on both teams. Cranford trying to dump it in. Gleason took it away, feeds it over to Manton. Speaking of which, Manton, 6'5" of him, throws it out to center ice. Loose puck in the neutral zone. France trying to get it ahead, and they do. Bernie sends it into the backhand, chasing it down as Cranford. Manton is there. Gets bumped by Cranford. Keeps the puck free momentarily. Steered around the boards. Scooped up by Camano. Centering feed. Studnich goes after it. He's got more with him. Taken away by Jacob Paquette. Paquette with a good defensive play. Off the boards. Through the neutral zone. Paquette got it to Cranford. He'll send it in. Now in deep Manton gets bumped by Captain Nickel. Now Moore pushing it around. France finishing a line change. So they're outnumbered inside the Hamilton zone. Good play by Nickel to squeeze his man out on the play. Puck still kept in. Now punched ahead. France trying to get it going back the other way. Brotney knocks it down and then backhands it in. It was Gleason that couldn't get it out right away. Manton along the end of boards with Velarde. A couple of extra helpers, one for each team. Jones trying to dig it loose. Thomas. But it's Velarde that comes away with it. Now it's swept away from him. Rassinen half boards. He'll keep it in the corner. Velarde lets it roll. Jones got tangled up with Manton. Newman trying to take the puck away. And here come the Bulldogs back the other way up ice. Here comes Thomas. Thomas, Sagen. Thomas keeps shot. Wide blocker. Comes out far side. Chip behind the Kingston goal. Shots are 8-4 for the Frontenacs. Or 7-1 since about the 3-minute mark of this period. 7:30 to go. Bulldogs backhanded into the corner. Sagen along the boards. He gets tangled up, leaves the puck. Thomas gets bumped off the puck. And now Day knocks his man down. Puck comes behind his own, kept in by Sagen. Top of the circles, gets spun around, pushed into the boards. Stillman squeezing it in at the blue line to keep it alive. And now it's Day who got it over from Rassinen. Day headmans it to Velarde. He'll dump it in. Jones, lone forecheckers. The Fronts are making changes. Now at center is Entwistle. Works it in over the line into the corner. He'll chase after it. Ali is there. Up the boards. Bitton trying to get to it, but Byrne beats him, pushes it up. Hotchkiss can't lift the stick of Strome. Back over to the blue line. Near side, pushed over. That was Walters. Walters had floated outside the zone, and I think he lost track of where he was. So back from their own end, the Bulldogs knocked down to the neutral zone by the front. Steered back into the backhand by Robertson. Gets it around Hanley. Walters bumped by Robertson hard along the end boards. Puck coming back the other way. Here we go. Back and forth. Bitten in over the line. Got harassed by Cliff Pooh. Just enough to cause the turnover. Robertson. Puck goes off of him. Picked up by Jason Robertson. Punched in by Pooh. And now front start a line change. Puck pushed down by Hamilton. Hamilton really hasn't had a whole lot of push since early in this period. Give the Fronts credit for that. Robertson trying to tip it in. Hotchkiss went after it. Centering feed off the stick of Stidnich. Right, a shot in on goal on Helvig. Got to make sure he had that one. Now along the boards. Pushed out to center. Knocked down and going after it's Nickel. He's going to get cut off by Manton. Nickel bumps him, causes the turnover. Left down low. Shot Bernie. Just puts it over. Penalty coming up to the Fronts. I think Nickel's going to get a call.
He's going to get it for interference, I think.
What a shot and opportunity by Purdy. Went a little too high on Caden Fulcher. The Fronts are on the first.
He's going to call it penalty kill behind it. Could have been either or, but it was a hit from behind, right on the numbers, right in front of the net. We'll have a look at it here. Mike Cairns, the referee, standing right there, and so Nickel's going to go after the rebound, but gives Camano a good shove in the numbers.
First power play of the game. Bulldogs have it. Gleason feeds it over to Thomas far side. Back over to the near board. Sagen. With Bernie watching him. Drops it back over to Gleason. Entwistle working the front of the net with Strome. Walking in is Thomas. Off his skate over to the far boards. 15 seconds into the power play. And getting it out was Jacob Paquette.
Already
going on.
Kingston doing a much better job pressuring the puck in their own zone on the penalty kill.
Almost 30 seconds gone in the power play for the Bulldogs. Thomas has to put the brakes on. Hits Sagen. Sagen trying to walk in. Looking for the wraparound. Goes out front. Shot by Entwistle. wide, and Strome dives, but he can't keep it in. That'll allow the Fronts to get a complete line change. 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Still 1-0 Bulldogs. Now Gleason on the backhand at center ice. Puck knocked off his stick, loose in the neutral zone. Here comes Newman with a nifty move, short-handed. Walks in and tried to bring it in front. Now back of the net, Newman is there. He'll bank it all the way out through center ice to Day. That gets the applause of the Fronts faithful because it kills more time. We're in the last minute of the power play. Luck out. Newman got tangled up and then fell down. Now he's well behind the play, but he's coming back. Here comes Moore. Drops it. Bitten. One-timer shot. Saved by Helvig. Rebound knocked away by the Fronts. High into the zone. Bulldogs still have it. Moore stays on it. Gets a shot. Went just wide off of Helvig. Moore now in the corner. Fans on his pass back over to the blue line to Stillman. Stillman feeding it over far side. Bitten comes to the near side for Moore. Top of the circle. Stillman fans on it. Fronts coming away. Newman's at the end of a shift. He couldn't. It would have been a 2-on-1 or 2-on-0.
He's been out there for about a minute and a half.
And he was gassed. Made the right move. I think the Tyler Burney's eyes were about the size of his helmet when he saw that puck. Over to the Kingston line. Fronts. Cranford gets it out to center. Knocked down by Stillman. Play continues. The penalty winds down. Fronts are 1 for 1 in the penalty kill. Bulldogs with the puck out of their own zone. 3.5 to go now in the opening frame. Hamilton circling back in their own zone. Hanley getting a line change, and Sajin has it. Sajin gets around one man, skates up ice, centering feed knocked down by Jones. Jones plays keep away patiently, gave it over to Velarde. Velarde walking in. Dishes off over to Brodney, just gets it in, and he'll wrap it around the boards. Jones going after it. He gets bumped into, and now look out. Puck into the far side. Lifted over, and out comes Hanley. For Sajin. Pushed back in. Chasing it down, Jack Hanley. Peeled off as he goes on a change, but it was in deep inside the Kingston zone. Outlet pass through the neutral zone. Strome was barreling in, and Jones just got it to the Hamilton line where they control. Under 3 to go now in the opening frame. 1-0 Bulldogs. Thomas just steers it into the corner and goes off. Paquette with Strome bumping him. Knocked down and kicked in deep by Lemke. Back to get it is Cliff Pooh. Top of the zone. Shot by Entwistle's wide. Comes over to the near side for Stillman. Stillman feeding it off the boards. Picked up by Lemke. Stays in play. Shot towards the goal is wide. Stillman looking to give the hip check to Hotchkiss. Just gets it out to center. Robertson punching it by Lemke. Steers it away from him. Off the board. Strome feeding it for Entwistle. Races up ice. Both teams getting changes. Entwistle trying to go inside out. Couldn't. Now has the puck back of the net. Knocked off his stick. Coming over to the near boards. Day is there on Entwistle. Gets it back over to the point. Madden no shot. Taking a look. Now he gets a shot saved by Helvig. Picked up in the corner. Rassinen to the line, but not out. Just kept in. Gloved out of the air by Helvig, and he holds on. 2:02 to go in the opening period. Still 1-0 Hamilton.
Well, after the first game in the Hamilton Spectator, Coach Jay Brady of the Frontenacs said that Hamilton was better in all aspects of the game, and they have had pushback tonight. They have been much better in all 3 zones.
Talking to Frontenacs.
Frontenacs, yeah.
Yeah, they have. Hamilton's latest surge is about all they've had since early in the game, but it's enough to give them a 1-0 lead. But you're right, the Frontenacs have, this is their best period of the series so far, I would dare say. Overall, despite being down by 1, they played much better. Now, Cranford pushing it ahead. That takes a slash, got it over to center, dumped in by Nickel, right in on Fulcher. He's going to cover up with Cranford coming in. And that'll have a few words over from Matt Min after the play. Cranford saying, what? Just coming, making sure everything's all right in the crease. Play to the left. Fulcher, that's when the face-off will come with 1:44 to go. The opening period. Riley Stillman is Scott Rogers' scheduled guest during the first intermission. Again, Moore getting tossed. For the first time, Nick Camano comes in to take it. Linesman giving last-minute boxing instructions. Back to the point, shot by Paquette through traffic rebound.
Hockey school. And that is, we were talking at the top of the broadcast, the importance of winning faceoffs. And that's it. That video clip right there is exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Tyler Burney back over to the point, wrist shot on goal, and puck bounced loose. Cranford was there. It's it by Fulcher. We're tied at 1 and an early period goal by Hamilton. Now the Fronts have a late period goal. We're tied. Day to Jones. Jones shrugs off. One of the Bulldogs just knocked him down. It was Sagen now back in over the line. Walking in, shot is blind glove side over the near side for Newman. Newman shoots. Rebound knocked in. No goal. They're going to say Velarde pushed that in right away. And Velarde, I think, knew it just by his body language.
Well, look, it was like a bit of a chest bump. But they called it off right away, Mike Cairns. But I think they're going to...
You're not allowed to direct the puck in the net. It can go off you, but I think Velarde made the motion towards the net.
But they will have a look at it.
We'll see it on our replay. Boy, that would be huge if that was the case. Again.
Just puck in the net. Huh?
If his two hands are on his stick and he didn't wave at it, we'd need to see it a little bit slower, but the referee waved it off right away. And referee Cairns was right there, too. If we could slow it down just a little bit. lassos him to the ice pretty hard, too.
A roughing call at the 20-minute mark of the first period for that interaction in the net, almost to the Kingston net with Will Bitton.
Started when Nickel went after him, and then Cranford took exception, too. And I'm pretty sure that just didn't start tonight.
Have a look at it right here.
One cross-check, another, and then they cross-check each other. Ref wasn't going to call anything till now.
And Cranford comes in and
lassos him to the ice pretty hard, too.
fall like that at our age, you may not get up, but
or you need help.
Yeah.
A lot of cracking going on.
Yeah.
If you fall like that at our age. So the second power play of the game goes to the Bulldogs as well. Browns did a good job in the first penalty kill, Tim.
They did. They were, and that was like their best penalty kill since the North Bay series.
And now it's punched in by Thomas on the backhand and whistle. Spins around along the boards, trying to throw it into the corner. Franz get it to the blue line, but not out. It's kept in, bounces in front. Sagen high in the zone. Floats one over, center stripe. Now to the near side to Thomas with a shot. Waved out, it was wide. Comes around the board. Bernie trying to get there. Sagen beat Brotney, and now Brotney ties him up. Bernie trying to push it up the board. Still along the boards. We're already 35 seconds in. It gets blown down as it's underneath one of the Bulldogs laying on the ice. You see Brandon Sagen and
Faceup's going to stay inside because the puck was, Kingston pushed the puck into the Hamilton players. So Scott Rogers doesn't agree with the call. But
his favorite word is stinks. Love saying that when things like that stinks. That would be a Scott Rogerism. I just made a new word. Sagen along the boards, trying to get it back to the blue line. He does. Gleason skates the line, center stripe, looking over. Sagen feeds it down low. Shot coming up by Strome, saved by Helvig. Rebound poked into the corner. Paquette gets on it, but he had it taken away by Entwistle. Back over to the point to Gleason. He's got Thomas near side. Gleason being pressured at the line. Finally gets it over to Thomas in the circle. No shot, back over to Gleason, walking in, wrist shot, and a save made. Rebound fanned on by Sagen. He tried to bat that one in. That rolls out to center ice. Franz catching a break with 45 seconds to go on the power play. Pooh chasing down Thomas. Can't get the puck from him. Thomas with a good job. Pooh stays on him and rolls it back out. And then Thomas runs a little interference and no call.
That is interference.
Franz fans calling for it. There will be none. Now back the other way. Gleason with a shot, went off a stick. Actually, not the stick out of Paquette's hand. Along the end boards, pushed back over. Good power play set up by the Bulldogs. No shots, though. Coming through, just they say that, blocked by Paquette. No shots, rather, in the last minute of the power play. Franz doing a good job on the perimeter. Puck along the boards. Kept in, Thomas. Tried to feed it back, and that missed the mark, and that does it. Cranford coming out of the box. Good penalty kill tonight for the Frontenacs. They're 2 for 2. Stolen by Jones. Jones in front, lost the handle on it. Jones was all alone and down low, waiting for his teammates to change. Almost got a good scoring opportunity. Back the other way. Rassinen gets a stick in on it, breaks up that play. Now along the boards, Camano tied up with Day, gets away from him with the puck. Camano. He's got Bitton going to the net. Camano back over to the blue line. It's about the third time tonight we've watched Hamilton push that puck back, and it goes out. Punched back in. It's going to be a delayed offside. Now the Bulldogs get out. Moore giving Velarde a little bit of a shove behind the play. Franz headman pass. Long for Jones. He got a piece of it, so no icing. Jones centering feed over to the Velarde. Velarde tried to steer it, but Stillman was on him. And now it's Hotchkiss knocked away from him. Velarde along the boards trying to get to it. Pushes his man back over to the point. Moore coming out with it. Feeds the puck over left side. It's dumped in by Camano. Moore gives chase. Gets the puck away from Day. Moore along the boards. Forced back out into the neutral zone. Almost lost it. And it'll be steered back in by Walters. Helvig out of the net with Thomas watching him. Puck controlled by the Frontenacs. It's Emily Rassinen. He'll set up behind his net now and come out to the left side. Nickel races up ice with the puck and sends it in along the boards down low. Brad Newman trying to get there, and Hanley gets bumped hard, but he got the puck up the ice. Now Thomas inside out on his D and lost it. Brodney took it away. Cranford dishes ahead. Brodney able to push it further into the neutral zone. Now back into the Hamilton end. 3:45 gone in this second period. Still tied at 1. Thomas in over the line. Put the brakes on him. Avoid the hit. Stays on the puck. Centering feed. Shot saved by Helvig and no rebound. Sagen pushed away from the France goaltender. 3:54 gone in the second. Still ones on the board.
Well, a good start for the Frontenacs to kill off a 2-minute penalty to start the period, and then still a lot of pushback in the next 2 minutes. And as we said at the top of the broadcast, for the Frontenacs, it's about winning 5-minute segments of every period.
That penalty kill is pretty good because Hamilton does have a pretty good power play.
Well, so far in the playoffs, Hamilton has the second best power play in the league.
Off the draw, Ali off the boards, feeds it ahead. Coming back to get it is Pringle. Pringle pushes it ahead into the neutral zone. It whistles there. He'll backhand it in and chase it down. Byrne coming in to get it. Byrne steers it around the boards over for Robertson. Mettinen meets it there. Now it's dumped deep. And France able to get it to the blue line. Their second effort. It stays in at the line. Edwistle tried to punch it in front. Ali took it away, pushed it ahead to Pringle. Pringle will send it in. Chases it in on goal. Fulcher plays it side of the net. Now come the Bulldogs. Mettinen taking a look. Staying on it. Backhands it in. And actually knocked down. It's touch high stick. Knocked it down. So we get the whistle. Just over 5.5 minutes gone in this second period. Still ones on the board. I'm talking to a couple of other of the media types up here during the intermission, and this is the period. That was the kind of period, the first period, that we all thought we'd see for the whole series.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Well played by both clubs, and both teams coming up with good opportunities. And tight hockey. Not quite what we saw in the first two games. I'm noticer of the obvious.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I will now stand on my milk crate. Oh, wait, that's Captain Morgan. Now, it's picked up by Thomas and rolled away from him. Loose puck. Velarde gets it back. Velarde pushed around, stays on it, gets outnumbered, but Thomas finally able to push it out into the neutral zone and gets it to center. It's picked off by Jones. Jones back the other way, back over to Velarde. If Velarde was a left-handed shot, he would have had a better opportunity at that one. Now he's along the boards, rubbed out. Stays on it, though. Thomas, Newman. Puck goes into the corner, picked up by Thomas. Puts the brakes on to get away from Jones. And coming out with it is Lemke. Pushed it ahead to center to Stillman. Stillman lost it to Newman. It'll be dumped back in by Jones right into Lemke's gear. And he brings it down and out to center and down the ice off of Day, so no icing. Back to get it. His Nurse along the end of boards all alone, waiting for his mates to come out on a line change. Good job by Nurse. Centering feed. Just in the skates of Moore, and he missed the opportunity. Back the other way. Dumped in by Cranford. Going around, Cranford bumps his man. Look out. France trying to assert themselves physically. Puck pushed ahead. Moore now at center ice. In over the line. Dishes off for Walters. In front shot. What a stop by Jeremy Helvig. Where's puck? Helvig got hit in the head, it looks like. But what a save by Helvig. Wow. Cranford and Moore jawing with each other after the play. What a stop. Jeremy Helvig, that rivals the one we saw here against Barrie.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't do this time was keep the puck. France may be getting another penalty out of this. Nope, no penalties at all.
No penalties, no.
Here's the play. Helvig might have hit his head in the back post as he slid across. What a stop by Jeremy Helvig. We got back and forth action going on here. Off the face-off, won by the Bulldogs. They control top of the zone. Shot tipped in front. Saved by Helvig into the far corner. Now the Fronts back of the net. Jar the puck free. Walters pinching in to keep it deep. He does. Weird hop off the boards. Pushed by Moore. And now Bernie has it. Lifts it into the air to be knocked down. Camano gets hit to the ice by Nickel, but he dumped the puck in. Helvig out of the net. Plays it around the glass. It'll ring out into the neutral zone. Mattinen is there. He gets bumped, but he got the puck over to the far boards. From center, steered in by Jacob Paquette. France finishing their line change. Wholesale changes by Kingston.
Well, Cranford, Nickel, and Bernie just had the most physical shift of this series for the Frontenacs so far.
Gleason all the way across and got a shot. It was save made. Another stop made by Helvig. Helvig coming up big here in the second. Pressure by the Bulldogs swept away as the puck in the neutrals, or rather in the slot, now brought out to the neutral zone. Brett Newman races in over the line, drops for Cliff Pooh. Pooh goes around his man. Strome gets a shot, is blind. Comes to the near boards. Ali pinching to keep it deep. Takes a shoulder, but got the puck deep for Pooh. Walking out. Trying to float it off. What a stop. Both goalies not to be outdone. Wow. Fulcher robbing the Frontenacs of a 2-1 lead. Play continues back the other way. Stillman steps into one. Comes out the near side, and Strome tried to put the brakes on, and he lost the puck. Ali off the boards, bumped. Now in the front zone, kept in by Stillman. Walking in, Stillman has his pocket picked. Puck pushed over, and Thomas has it. Top of the zone. Thomas circles around, try to center it. That hit Newman. Thomas right back on it, though. Thomas taking a look, high in the zone, feeds it over near side for Lemke. Lemke pokes it into the corner. Strome back the net, doesn't come to him. Byrne got in the way of that, steered down the ice. No icing, though. It's only at the Hamilton line. Now back the other way. Nurse in over the line. Drops it. Thomas tried to center it. That was Sagen going to the net. It was too far. Now over to the near side. Byrne pushes the puck. Past the 8-minute mark of this period. The Bulldogs are coming up with some good pressure here. Banking it in off the boards is Stillman. Stillman's got Nurse in front. Save made by Helvig from the bad angle. Now Robertson taking a bit of a slash. France fans getting a little upset. Newman, puck rolled away on him. Stays on it. Look for the backhand shot. Rebound pushed over the net by Velarde. Fulcher man got a stick on it. It's blown down, and I'm not sure why. I hope they think Newman is hurt. Rassinen coming in having words with a couple of Bulldogs. What a sequence. Helvig makes a huge save. A minute later, on a different sequence, Fulcher robs the Frontenacs. Wow. The goal light, not the goal spotlight went on. Here's the latest opportunity. Newman wanted to make sure he didn't get a skate in the head, I think.
You're going to have a look at the, no, this is the Fulcher save. Wow. Great stop.
Getting up, saying, yeah, that's right, I just did that. What a highlight save. Both goaltenders coming up big. .834 gone in this period. Both teams with golden opportunities to take the lead.
Moore gets thrown into the faceoff again.
Nothing new. Off the draw, Paquette. Tried to send it in, went off a body. Nickel now able to backhand it in front. Got to clear the zone. That gives all the time that the Bulldogs need to set up, and they do. Now over to the near side, Moore. Coming up ice with the puck. Skates to center, backhands it in. Now down to get it is Paquette. Camano on him. Along with Kaliev, and now back the other way come the Frontenacs. Cross corner dump into the far side. Hanley and Cranford rub shoulders. We got Moore tied up with Nickel. Puck coming around the near boards, and Paquette couldn't keep it in. Jacob Paquette feeding it over to the far side. Camano having words with Cranford. We're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be a slash against the Frontenacs. Are going to go to the box for the third straight time. And Moore coming over to Nickel, getting in his grill. Moore's been a thorn in the side of the Frontenacs all night long.
No, I think it's
it's a slash against the Bulldogs.
against Camano, yeah.
I thought it was the Frontenacs because it was called right at the Kingston bench. So the Fronts going in their first power play of the game. Draw coming up to the left of Fulcher. Front's first man advantage opportunity in a game like this. Who knows what to expect because Both teams are playing pretty good hockey right now. Entertaining, to say the least. Shots are 7-3 this period. And Helvig was outdone on the highlight save by Fulcher. Off the draw, Franz got it in the corner, but no farther. Now shorthanded. Here comes Nurse. Newman took it away from him, or knocked it away, and then he went after it, but Day now scoops it around and goes around the net with it. Day racing up on the right side, leads the rush, gains the red line, punches it in, gets around Stillman. Day with Jones going to the net. Jones had a stick on the ice, but he couldn't get the puck. Newman steers it in around the boards. Lemke going after it. That's Velarde back over to the blue line. Good pressure by the Bulldogs on the puck. Day feeding it over near side to Newman. Newman in front, backhand shot, brought it up front, just through the crease. Velarde couldn't get enough wood on it. Now back over to Day, center stripe, floats a pass over to Newman. Newman, no shooting lane, back over center stripe for Day. Day with a shot through traffic. It was blocked and never got through. Newman dumps the puck, or rather goes off Newman and down the ice. Day didn't know where it was. It was behind him. Gives Hamilton an opportunity to change. Almost a minute gone in the power play. 9:45 to go in the second. Still tied at 1. Day feeding it over near side to Jones. Jones in over the line. Toe drag, lost the puck. Picked up by the Bulldogs and steered all the way down the ice. Helvig will set it up back of his goal. Frontex, Rassinen coming out with speed. Rassinen gets to center. Pushes it ahead to Robertson. Robertson off the end boards. Rassinen leading the rush along the end boards. Back over to the point to Cliff Pugh. Steers it in behind. You got two forwards working the point now. Rassinen settles in. Down low. Velarde back over to Pugh for Rassinen. Tees it up. Shot save. Rebound. Push just wide. Velarde couldn't get by Hanley. Good job by Hanley.
Yep, excellent
job.
Velarde.
And whistle inside out shorthanded. Bumps Rassinen, but it's the Franz with the puck. Now headman. Robertson steers it ahead to Newman with Hotchkiss go to the net. Newman put the brakes on. Off the boards. Kept in by Robertson in the corner. Back over to Newman. Never got to him. Now it does. Center stripe for Rassinen. Penalty winding down in 3 seconds. Pugh walking in. Side. Couldn't get the one-timer. No shot save. Newman gets it over. Pugh tied up. No call. Pugh couldn't get a shot. There's no stick in the D's hand. Wow. Franz fans giving it to the officials. You can call us homers, but I don't know. That was interference in my book. When you got no hands on this, you have no stick and you're wrapping them up. Thomas back the other way. Penalty's over. Nobody scoring on the power play so far tonight. Puck out front. Low side of the net. Goes through the lip of the crease. Mattinen pinches to keep it in. Hard off the end boards. Comes out front. Bouncing puck. Franz coming away with it. Hotchkiss at the end of a shift. It hit a stick. Stayed in play. Now it's Nurse in the corner. 2 Franz and 2 Bulldogs. Looking like a rugby scrum. Now it's poked free. Nickel gets it up the boards to Hotchkiss. Feeds it over to the open side of Paquette. Out to center. Tipped in by Newman. Now here comes Gleason skating up ice. Headman feed. Catches him. Walks in. Shot save. Off the stick of Cavano. And what a stop by Helvig. Mattinen with a shot blocked by Bernie. That's a couple Bernie's blocked. Banks it off the glass and down the ice. Newman racing after it, so no icing. They're calling the icing. They're calling that an icing, and Newman and Moore tangled up. Wow, 7:25 to go in the second, tied at 1. Stay with us. This is playoff hockey at its finest. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final on your TV.
Welcome to the Real World focuses on various jobs across Hamilton, geared towards students in grade 12 who are deciding on a career path, college and university students, or adults looking for a career change. Airing this month on Cable 14 and Cable 14 Now.
Welcome back. 7:25 to go in the second period, tied at 1. And wow, back and forth action. Both goaltenders outstanding. And here we see the sequence where Cliff Pugh, the defenseman, doesn't have a stick, has his leg lock on him. Then let's go.
Just go back a second before
It was
that
before
started.
that.
Yeah, it was before that.
Who couldn't accelerate towards the net because the defenseman was there. And right here. Now he tries to keep his hands off him. He gets the body in the way. Right there when he wraps him up.
Yeah.
Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Trying to make himself as big as possible by putting his hands out like that. It's gone both ways though tonight. Now we got offsetting penalties, so 4-on-4 hockey for the first time. Newman and Moore. Talked about how Moore's done his job to get in the psyche of the front net. Shot towards the goal. Saved by Helvig.
I'm going to bet that that's Linus Newman's first roughing penalty of his OHL career.
Brett Newman.
Brett Newman. It was Brett Newman, excuse me.
Yeah, he and Moore were rolling around down there on the icing call. Browns have it in their own zone. 4-on-4 for the next minute 45. Cliff Poop got it ahead to Rassin and fanned on the dump in second effort. Pushes it into the corner. Back to get it as Lemke on him. As Velarde pushed by him ahead to Strome all alone. 1-on-3. Now he gets help from Thomas Strome. Inside out. Tried to tuck it in. And Helvig with the stop. Thrown in front. Franz get it. And Velarde breaks away. He's got Day with him. Velarde in over the line. Cuts to the middle to Day. Back to Velarde. The trailer is Pooh. He couldn't get to it. Now it's Strome ahead right side to Thomas. Thomas taking a look, centering feed. Shot saved by Helvig from the captain Lemke on the far side. Minute 10 to go in the 4-on-4, 6:35 in the second, still tied at 1. Talk about excitement. This game has had it all.
It's been great.
10-5 of the shots he's paired for Hamilton. They've really turned it up. Helvig looking like Jeremy Helvig. And Fulcher not to be outdone. Arguably the best save of the series so far, coming from Caden Fulcher here in the second. Mattinen with a shot, saved by Helvig, scoops the rebound to himself and holds on. Another face-off inside the Kingston zone. Kingston fans will be right back here at the K-Rock on Tuesday night. 7 o'clock start time. Game 4. On the draw, one by the front. Paquette keeps it away from Bitton. Gave the shoulder fake and got away from him, creating some space. Cranford dumps it in towards the goal. Fulcher stops it, and Bernie tried to get in there. Well, the Bulldogs goes down to Mattinen. They want to call.
Well, Kingston got away with one there.
They did. You're right. Shot. Fulcher covers. He reaches behind him. It's waved off quickly. Mattinen and Bernie coming together. You're right. I think Kingston got away with a tripping, which should have been a tripping call. It goes both ways. Bernie having words with Fulcher as he skates by. Fulcher reached behind him, and that's where you heard the fans kind of give the ooh and ah. The puck did not cross the line. The referee was right there to make the call. Bernie coming in like a bull in a china shop right there. That could have been the call there, Tim, as we talked about. Nice play by Cranford, though, in the rush.
And again, referee's right there behind the net. So
Faceoff comes outside it because it was the Franz that drew the extra whistles after. Still 4-on-4 for the next 43 seconds. Linus Newman setting up Emily Ransonen in case he wins the draw. Sagen gets tossed, and whistle comes in. Behind him is Lemke. Off the faceoff. Pushed inside, but not too deep, and the Bulldogs able to get it. Lemke off the boards to center ice. Day is with it, goes back into his own zone to set up. Sean Day with end whistle. The lone forecheck end whistle staying up ice with Linus Newman. Now Day weaves through the neutral zone. In over the line. It's knocked off his stick. Pushed back up. Jones has to hurry up. Jones gets it. Punches it by his man. Now off the boards. Knocked in deep. Jones lets it go to Linus Newman. Newman cut off but stays on it. Keeps it away from Stillman. Newman got knocked down but gets back up. Tried to center it. Went off of Stillman's stick, and now Sagen has it. He's got Jones on him. Plays it off the boards for Stillman. Dying seconds of the 4-on-4. We're under 5.5 to go in the second as Stillman sees that. Backpedals into his own end. More behind everybody. Lemke cross ice off the boards. Robertson can't get to it. Got a stick on it, but not enough to knock it away. Sajin back the other way. It's in his skates. It's the trailing D. Lemke. Pushes it to himself. Shot off a leg. Bounces out into the neutral zone. That went off of Cliff Poo. Lemke off the boards. France getting a line change in. It'll be tipped in by Ed Whistle. No icing. Thomas back to get it with Day. Thomas takes it away and now puts the brakes on to get away from Rasmussen. Thomas centering feed. Went into the corner. Back over to Hanley. Works it down deep. Knocked down by Day. Looking for an outlet pass. France got to get moving if they want it. From center, it'll be pushed ahead to Robertson. Hanley on him. Robertson lifts his stick, takes the puck, and now Hotchkiss along the boards. Hotchkiss trying to hold on, drag it to himself. Coming in is Nurse for the Bulldogs. Nurse pushing it ahead. He gets it over to Kaliev, who gets it out to center ice, and that goes out of play as we get the whistle. 4:26 to go in the second. Still tied at 1.
Well, Hotchkiss just got on the wrong side of his check there on that one-on-one battle. He went to the offensive side of the puck, and that allowed it to be moved forward.
A lot of action in this game. A combined 40 shots so far. 22-18 in favor of the Bulldogs. Draw to the left of Fulcher. Bulldogs win it. Faceoffs are pretty even tonight, Tim. France have won a couple of key ones to create opportunities. Mattinen behind his net. With Bernie watching him. Fulcher trying to help him out. Mattinen on the puck. Steers it over to the far side. And Gleason sends it up the boards to center ice. Poked out by the France, but they couldn't get it back inside the zone. Paquette being harassed. Finally able to skate away from Studnich and now out through the neutral zone. It'll be backhanded by Cranford. He'll chase after it. Gleason off the boards out to center ice. Brotney is there. Jacob Brotney, the inlet pass to Helvig, hits the linesman right on the bench. And that brings the whistle out with 3:48 to play in the second. Both teams doing what they have to do because they're both putting pucks on net, Tim. They're both going after rebounds.
Yeah, they've really, Kingston's really simplified their game offensively.
It's been, like you talked about, both teams have size. Well, we've witnessed the speed and skill here tonight as well. There's been that as well. This series has had everything. Fulcher up the boards, including highlight reel saves. Bitten, centering pass goes off the back end of Entwistle stick. Velarde curls with it at center. Velarde now through the neutral zone, in over the line, dumps it in, avoids the hit. And Jones goes after it. Jones tied up along the end of boards with Entwistle. Puck comes out front. Bitten is the one who scoops it up. Bitten feeding it over left side. Strome tried to hit Bitten, coming back. Overshot towards the goal, off a stick, bouncing puck. Steered to the blue line and kept in by Lemke. Got it over. Shot by Entwistle and a save made by Helvig. And then one of the Bulldogs gets pinballed around with the front necks.
Well, that whole sequence started in the Hamilton zone. Gabe Velarde getting a little too over anxious in the offensive zone, not being the high forward, and allowed that puck to squirt out, and Hamilton comes down in transition.
I think that was Bitten getting pinballed around like he was in a night of the Roxbury. Three fronts kind of chested him off. Scott Rogers will have the intermission show in 3:06 of playing time. Scheduled guest is Ryan Cranford, the goal scorer for the France so far tonight. Shot by Sajin is waved at. It was wide off the end boards. Newman fan on the clearing attempt. From the blue line, it'll be kept in, pushed in front, shot, hit the post. That hit iron. The Bulldogs taking advantage of an errant puck. Now Sajin over the line. Setting it up, slowing it down. Still on the line. Day is on him. Sajin keeps it
That's
in.
Interference.
There's interference. Shot coming in after the whistle as well from Sajin. And Mattinen going to go off for interference. That is textbook interference.
Set a pick on Day, so
Mattinen upset with it. Not quite sure what he's upset with.
Here, we'll see it right here. Dave's been doing a good play, and then Mattinen's going to come in here and set a pick right there.
And the back referee right in front of him caught it.
Yep.
So the France are on their second power play. Bulldogs are 0 for 2 with a man advantage. Kingston 0 for 1. We're tied at 1, 2:41 to go in the second.
Referees' linesman very quick to throw guys out of the faceoff circle tonight.
Velarde gets tossed, boot comes in. It's a good thing with the France. They have a couple of weapons out there usually on the power play as well. Just as I say that, they lose the draw. Puck takes a hop off the boards and down the ice, splitting the France. Back two players. One of them is Sean Day. Day coming ahead with it. Backpedals it over to Newman. Newman now weaves in over the line left side. Newman taking a look. Tried the short side shot. That was blocked as the post was being kept in at the point by Day. Shot towards goal. Big rebound. Loose puck swept to the near boards. It'll be slapped at and down the ice by the Bulldogs. That was Nurse. Helvig out of the net. Thomas watching him. Helvig plays it ahead. Newman now dumps it back over to Day. Day circles with it at center. Weaves around and stays on the puck. Gets it back. It's going to be offside though, as Jones couldn't stay on the right side of the blue line. He thought he had it covered, but he didn't. Minute 14 to go now in the power play. 1:54 left in the period. Still tied at 1. Newman's going to get tossed. Hotchkiss coming in. Roberts into the right side. Brotny and Rassinen on the far side. Rassinen from Brotny. Rassinen slaps it in hard around the boards. That puck really hopping around. Sent around the low dasher now. Picked up by Robertson. No pass. Tried to dump it back into the corner. Fanned on it. Stays on it with Handley on him. It's an open man. Brotny walking in. Shot off a stick. Brotny couldn't get that shot off quick enough. Robertson has it back over to the point to Rassinen. Rassinen skates center stripe, feeds it over near side for Brotny. Brotny with a shot, looking for a redirect, and now it's Robertson controlling the puck. Commando on him. Robertson with Handley watching him. Feeds it center. A couple of players tied up. Puck shot down the ice. Good effort by Walters to get it out. 30 seconds to go in the Kingston power play. Brotny sets it up behind his net. Brett Newman coming in with a little bit of speed now. Coming ahead with it. Pings the red line and steers it in. In along the inboards. Stillman got it over. Hotchkiss picked it off. Hotchkiss with Stillman on him. Now Strome back over to the point to Rassinen. Rassinen taking a look. Feeds it in tight. Touch pass. Trying to get it over to Newman. Bouncing puck. Strome spins and just dumps it down the ice. That'll do it. 40 seconds to go in the period. And Mattinen is out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. France did not get a shot on the power play. Now back the other way. Bernie, pocket pick. Thomas bringing it ahead. He's got Nurse with him. Tried to center it. It's knocked away. And here comes Nickel. Nickel back the other way. In over the line. Shot is wide off the end boards. Scooped up by Gleason. Gleason gets it out to center. Picked up by Sean Day for the France. 10 seconds to go in the period. Day waiting. Feeds it over. Cranford in tight to Bernie. France need a shot if they're going to get one. 3 seconds to go. Shot save. Fulcher. Rebound knocked away. Day on the loose puck, but the buzzer goes. Well, both teams getting good opportunities here in the second, but neither one could beat the goaltenders who are putting on a show. Both goalies with highlight reel saves in that second period. Second intermission coming up with Scott Rogers, scheduled guest Ryan Cranford of the Kingston Frontenacs. All that and more. You're watching Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The OHL tonight on your TV.